Sorry, y'all. You know me, talking too much, waiting too long. But hey, that's the whole point of the channel, is to talk to you. Or I could just sit here and listen. Yeah. Except there's one thing. Unless that's in person, it doesn't work. So I'm here to talk and show you things. Okay, so we were talking about Bobbi Brown and how it's a nice, thin, very, very thin cream. Very thin. Can you see how thin that is? But it's a good, it definitely makes a difference. When I don't have this on, I'm like, I need me some Bobbi Brown. And again, I tried the Lancome Genifique for the eyes, and I liked it, but I didn't feel like it. When I didn't use it, it was making the difference that when I don't use Bobbi Brown. I don't want to put that on my eyes right now, but I don't want to waste it, so I'll put it on my hand. See how nice and thin that is? So, yeah. Same thing with concealer. So, let's get to that, shall we? Oh, I didn't talk about lip care, but then we'll get to concealer. For lip care, a lot of people put on a lip balm while they're getting ready. I do that sometimes. I have it on right now. And the one that I like the best is Chanel, but I don't like putting my finger in that little pot and then putting it on my lips. I don't know why. I do have the pot version. But then they came out with this tube version, and it's called Boy de Chanel Lip Balm. Not because it's for boys, even though it's perfectly clear and fragrance-free. So, I mean, my husband, if we're ever driving and he says, babe, do you have any lip balm that doesn't smell like a girl? And I'm like, yes, I do have my Chanel. And he's like, I'll use that. And because it's a good lip balm. I mean, it moisturizes, definitely moisturizes. And it's good for your skin to moisturize while you're getting ready. But I'll be honest, because of my Chanel lipstick, that when I put it on, it is like a paint, and then you set it with that, like all lipsticks kind of are, is moisturized paint. But I mean, not actual paint. But, I mean, when it goes on, it's an all-day product. And so when I put the gloss on, it sets it, moisturizes it, and makes it shiny. If I put this on first, it won't adhere good. And so I really only use a balm if I'm not going to wear a lip product during the day. Like at home today, I'm probably not. Or if I am going to bed. I'll put it on, 30 minutes before I go to bed, so it'll absorb really good and it doesn't get on my sheets. And it does. It absorbs really good and it doesn't get on my sheets. So this, and it's called Boy because I think Boy was one of Chanel's best friends. That was his name. So anyway, now we're going to talk about concealer. Y'all know my absolute favorite concealer, because it is so light, is this one. And that is the Rimmel Match Perfection in color number 230, which is Fair Light. And it comes out on a little brush. We can use a little. I use my ring finger because that's your lightest finger. And it does a good job of providing light right there where the blue is, and then go right under the lashes and be done. You can go on the side of your nose with whatever's left over down into your little bulldog wrinkle there. And then go up past your eyes to kind of bring light up. You can rub it in. I'm not going to. Now I'm going to leave that eye done. Absolutely love this product. I need to go get some more because I just realized that was barely any left. That's my absolute favorite because it is so light and it does not set the wrinkles, and you can obviously see a difference. Okay, so that's my number one favorite. But also the Instant Age Rewind Eraser. Hands down, it's so easy to get. Both of these are easy to get. You can get them at the drugstore. And it's got the little sponge. Oops, I have a little fuzz. And it's just a good color corrector as well. So, hold on. It doesn't sound like it's making good noises. Is it coming out? I don't think it's coming out, y'all. That's the one thing about these screw-up ones. Of course, that one is too. You have to squeeze it. I don't see anything coming out. And it's hardly not. It's full. I don't think it is. And see, I don't keep the receipts. I need to keep the receipts. If I go to Walgreens, I usually have it in the system because I need to say, hey, this never did finish working. And you can take it back and it can be considered, let me take that back. It can be considered, Right, so that I don't look kooky. I still need some other kind. Oh, I tried this, so I'll show you this. Let me see if there's more like better. Oh, there's another age. That's how much I love these. Are you coming out? Oh my gosh, that's almost empty. And it still came out. So that one is just not working right. So I'll kind of dab it on. You can see it's a little brighter than that. And this is color Fair. And then you can smooth it with the sponge if you want. And just to even this up, I'm going to come over here and use this too. Of the two, I have to tell you, I still like, that's brighter. Look how much brighter that is. So, Fair by Maybelline, Age Rewind. That is a favorite. But my absolute favorite is this. And when we talk about correctors, then we look at Hebrews 12:2. Hebrews 12:2. If you want to write that down. Hebrews 12:2. Yeah, I love this one. This is so good. Y'all, this is a good one when you're putting on your makeup to definitely read and learn. And if you can, memorize. I'm not good at memorizing like I once was. I wonder if that's aging. Y'all think it's because of aging? Well, anyway, this is what it says. It says, Hebrews 12:2. That should be a favorite. Put that down in your little notebook as we are writing down scriptures to get ready by. And let us run with perseverance the race marked out for us, fixing our eyes, or so talk about the eyes, so that'll be another eyes verse as well, on Jesus, the pioneer and perfecter of our faith. For the joy set before him, he endured the cross, scorning its shame, and sat down at the right hand of the Father. Consider him who endured such opposition from sinners, so that you will not grow weary and lose heart. So when you're feeling down, there's your instructions that this is the perfecter, just like this concealer. It perfects where we've got little imperfections. Just make that remind you of that scripture. And remember the perfecter of our faith. And when you get down, consider that so that you don't lose heart. Okay. All right, so now we're going to talk about foundation. Y'all know that I have two favorite foundations right now. My favorite of all time is the Perfection Lumiere Velvet by Chanel. It's very light. I would say it's light to medium coverage. It's 22 Beige Rose, and that is the perfect color for me. But I have to say, lately I have started using a primer, and it's the Lancome La Base Pro Primer. And then using with it the Lancome Tint Miracle. And y'all, this has been the best color for me and the best coverage. So let me just like to shake it up a little because it's just been sitting, you know, get the color and the oils and all the things all mixed up good. And I just use like 2 squirts. And I'm using an F80 Kabuki. Look at that, covered right up my age spots. Right up. Some more age spots. There's some more age spots. And the main thing I'm trying to do is just kind of even out the color of my face. And then you let if you have a specific blemish or whatever that you need to apply a little more, you can either do a little extra foundation if you think that's the best way to go, or you can use a concealer. I do like the Clé de Peau, but I think it's way too expensive, and I think it's overhyped for what it does, and it's just so expensive. But it's a very good concealer, Clé de Peau. It looks like C-L-E-D-E Peau. And is it Peau, P-E-A-U? Yes. But I think I tried that once. I was like, you know, I get that it's a good concealer, but I feel like the ones that I just showed you are just as good, and they are not nearly as expensive, and you can get it at your local grocery store. So this foundation, I can get this at my local Ulta or Sephora, or I can go to Lancome's website and get this foundation, and I love it. I did not put on the primer after all that. It's okay. After I use this, I'm wiping it off on my makeup cloth, just kind of in a circular motion, both directions, just to get it. This is a cream liquid wet product, and you want to just kind of dry your brush out a little bit, and it helps a lot. And then just kind of give it a good, just hit that on the base and let those and then reshape it, and it's nice. Now I will have to tell you one other thing besides that on the foundation. I used to clean this brush, if you'll notice, it looks wonderful, and I have several others that I can show you that I cleaned that look wonderful, and it was so easy, and it was using the Cinema Secrets makeup brush cleaner starter kit. And this one is the one that has the little tin. It has a bottle in here in this little tin, and you don't go all the way down in the tin, you just barely feel some on the bottom and just kind of tap it in there, because the wicking of the moisture wicks, it wicks up into the brush so fast you would never want to dunk it all the way. And then you just swish it around. I do use a paper towel on top of a makeup towel, so that the makeup towel is something for it to come through the paper towel. But you do so much cleaning, so much makeup comes off, you don't want all that all over the towel, so I use paper towels. But y'all, this is my new favorite brush cleaner. It even outdoes the IT Cosmetics brush bath to me, because it's not as wet, and the makeup comes off so easily. You don't have to rinse it. Same thing with this one. This is Sephora's Dry Clean, and you spray this directly onto the brush. When I say that, don't ever spray down into it, but kind of across it and over something, because it will get all over everything, over your towel. And then again, on a paper towel, you swish it around to clean it until no more color comes off. And then you lay it flat to dry on your counter. Never sit it up in the cup. Matter of fact, it's really not good to sit your brushes up in a cup, even though I do, because it's collecting dust, and it's going down in there. And also, any leftover product is starting to